So improv is to me synonym of being on top of your game, because it really trains your instincts. And so when you're called to auditions, you really feel like you can handle anything they throw at you.
Because I've always liked improv, because it lets me like sort of discover new characters, new skills that I have, like voice skills or accent skills or even body skills.
Well, I have been doing the acting in English class, and I felt like I was getting good at what I was already good at, but I didn't know how to develop into characters, or I was, explore characters that I wasn't familiar with. I didn't feel like I was progressing with those more challenging characters for me. And I know that people talk about improv like going to the gym for actors. And so yeah, that's why I went, to discover new ways of being, I guess, yeah.
I took the improv class because I wanted to find ways of being more free in scenes and to sort of, I guess, be more in the moment. So like, because I get in my head quite a lot, and so I wanted to be able to like break out of that and just take something to a completely new place.
Well, what my expectations were just to be able to be dynamically trained in a way that's more improv oriented, not just regular acting coaching, right, and training. And what I did not expect was to use movement, to use singing, to use all these amazing games that Stephanie has for us, that she brilliantly calls, and I guess the industry calls, mindfuck games.
Well, the reality was way better than the expectations, actually, for me. I hoped to gain quite a bit of confidence, and I really, really did. It is amazingly liberating to find that you can be, a Martian or a 5-year-old kid, or, a tree waving in the wind.
Do you know, I don't think I had any expectations, actually. I just thought it would be fun and different. And that, well, actually, I guess that is an expectation. That is exactly what it was. It's very different. Like, every week is completely new and kind of crazy. And things just go off on tangents you could never really expect it.
Well, number one, like we said, is just keeping your brain very, very active and reactive, able to listen, react, and take quick information and answer back creatively, because acting is about creativity, I guess, and improv acting is a bit more about that as well. And just pragmatically speaking, it really, really, like, I got to feel, because I did this course twice, I really got to feel that I was much more aware and on top of using all my senses.
Well, in my case, for example, if I have to prepare a casting or whatever, and they gave you the script like one day before doing it, I just try to improv it one time, let's see what happens, and then I take the things that I like and maybe use them, or maybe not, or just see different ways that I could do it. Also, if, for example, I'm very nervous and I'm like, wow, I forgot everything that I prepared, it's like, okay, you have this skill, go on improv.
You really have to let go in an improv class, and that can be incredibly useful when you've had a run of auditions, or when you've not had a run of auditions. When you go into your improv class, your focus really needs to be 100%. And if it's anything less than that, it's very clear. And so it's really great to be able to spend a few hours working on acting, but completely letting go of that audition that you just did, or the audition that you didn't get called back for, or the fact that your agent isn't, booking you for X, Y, and Z.
When I started, I suppose I was hoping that there would be more dramatic stuff involved, and sort of like almost starting with a a character and then exploring a character in a dramatic way further. Whereas this course so far has been very much focused on sort of improv comedy. But again, I think if you can get used to the idea of performing freely, I think that's valuable in any way. And also, I always think when you're doing drama, there has to be some degree of comedy, because life isn't always just like fully dramatic. There's always something funny that can happen.
I think if you're either already a working actor that's auditioning non-stop and, you know, in and out, I guess, shootings and this and that, first off, it keeps you super trained and super, you know, I feel like the engines are working. You know, this is probably the most graphic and straight to the point way for me to describe it. So this is basically, I would say, mandatory.
It's like a virus that everybody gets, you know, like this excitement to go on stage and do something, and look, I can bring this to the scene, or I could bring that to your dialogue or whatever, you know. So I would say go for it, because it's a very nice experience. Even if you then decided you don't want to be an actor, or this is not your industry or whatever, you can see how good it is, how good it feels to do something like that.
I think it's just the sort of thing where if you can start early with just sort of playing things more naturally, and also letting your mind sort of run with things, I think that's going to be great for you to build characters. Like, actually, that's one of the main things from this course, is that the way you have to let your mind run and in a way that's very focused means that you find things in the characters that you're playing which you just wouldn't have found otherwise.